G'day guys, ZiggyD here and welcome back to the Avorion Survival Guide. In the last episode we built ourselves a new combat frigate and we're just about ready to go to war. We're going to be raiding a hostile faction, or we're going to be making a faction hostile and then raiding them, engaging in a little bit of, let's say, morally grey piracy. But first, before we do that, we are going to be dealing in some stolen goods. So, we want to locate a place to sell those. If you've ever picked up some stolen goods, you'll notice you can't just sell them anywhere and you can get fined for carrying stolen cargo by various corvettes and frigates of friendly factions, so you do need to watch out for that. So we need to locate a Smugglers Base, and these are located in yellow hidden mass sectors. These guys hide their bases around in these sectors, and you can encounter all sorts of things in these sectors. Exploring these yellow mass sectors is a fun way to play the game. You can locate asteroids to sell, minefields to mine, you can find abandoned stations that you can salvage at great profit, and you can find abandoned ships that you can recover and decommission and things like that. So some pretty cool stuff, but we're looking for a Smugglers Base. In order to do that, we want to make sure that we have some of these radar upgrades in. We're looking for deep scan range, and it will say, shows sectors with mass as yellow blips on the map. So we're looking for these guys, and I'm rocking 2 of them for now, which gives me a deep scan range of 8 sectors, so I can see yellow mass sectors up to 8 sectors away. So, I've decided that these guys, the Cuckoo, I already have a poor relationship with. They are pretty close to a faction that I'm friendly with. However, unfortunately, the Ozkia and the Cuckoo don't seem to be at war. The best scenario for you to engage in war is to find a faction that you're friendly with that is hostile with another faction and then pick a side. If you find a faction war going on, you can pick a side in that actual combat, help them out, and it'll give you a huge boost to your friendly faction and a huge negative deduction to the faction that you attack. So you can kind of pick a side in that way, and then you can begin raiding, and that way you'll get help from your friendly faction occasionally, especially in kind of border territory. So if there's a territory here, if these guys were at war, there's a good chance that they would be fighting in that territory. And I've actually even seen the ability to kind of influence this sort of stuff a little bit. I don't know exactly the extent of the territory kind of acquisition at the moment, but I have seen territories change a little bit. Especially when you do things like sell asteroids and they found a mine in the area, for example, they can claim extra territory and stuff. So a little bit interesting there. We do have a distress signal over there. I want to head in this direction, but I don't mind jumping around a bit, so I might head to a yellow mass signature here, and then we can also check out that distress signal while we're at it, because it's probably pirates. Either way, it's an opportunity to earn a little bit of cash and warm up our weapons a little bit, so that'll be good. Okay, so this first yellow mass sector that we've jumped into appears to be a bit of an asteroid field, a pretty decent one, 2200 asteroids, and a fair bit of naonite and stuff in here, and it's worth checking around to see if there's a sellable asteroid in here, because that's always a good source of money. I actually saw an even easier way of locating these by just boxing, and you can actually find things that way. So as you can see, there's a few hidden things in this area, there's some secret stashes and so on, so that's probably going to get fixed later on, but for now you can use that if you so desire. But just goes to show that in these sectors you can find all sorts of things, these secret stashes. I don't know if we've seen some of this stuff yet, but these secret stashes contain items and cash typically, so a good way to find some weapons and things like that. And not a bad idea to check some of these out. You can alternatively find these by swapping into an object detector. So these guys will detect and highlight hidden interesting objects of high value that can be sellable asteroids, secret stashes, claimable ships and things like that. And depending on the quality of the object detector, it could detect something like a 10-kilometer range like this one, or it could detect the available objects in the entire sector. Usually they'll display a notification, valuable objects found, and then depending on their power, they'll actually highlight them for you. So we can see we put this one in here, and we're close enough to these 2 stashes here that we can locate them. So if the F9 selection box thing gets fixed, then this is the proper sanctioned legal way of locating valuable objects. But I just thought it was a bit interesting that I think I actually saw Carnage doing that on stream. We have to move a little carefully in here to try and get these secret stashes without smashing into some asteroids. We're much bigger now, so once you upgrade to a larger ship, do be prepared for the fact that your maneuverability is going to change and you're much bigger than you used to, and navigating through asteroid fields might well become a lot harder. So we're going to get to about 200 meters from this, and then we can open the stash. And it looks like we got a rare turret chip for all turrets and 34,000 credits. Not too bad. It will keep highlighting these, so if you're trying to search the entire sector and you're getting confused, you can actually just destroy them. And if you destroy every part of it, that'll get rid of the highlights. So even after you've searched them, they do highlight, which can be a little annoying. So let's go check out what this other secret stash holds. Just navigating through the asteroid field very carefully. Once you get big enough mass and durability, you can actually get to the point where you can just push asteroids out of the way. We're not quite to that point yet. We would take damage running into those asteroids, so we want to avoid that if possible. Looks like we got an exceptional object detector, a little worse than our current one, and a naonite mining turret as well as 34,000 credits. So as you can see, the loot that you can get from these things is not too shabby at all. Not too shabby. Alright, that's going to keep flying off in that direction. Was there anything else particularly interesting in here? Let's have a look. Looks like there is a sellable asteroid over there. There's also a rift, so we can open that and see which direction that heads. It's actually a pretty good rift, so it's good that we found that, because later on when we want to travel inwards towards the center of the galaxy, that's probably a straight up jump into trinium sectors, which is very nice. That's a very good find. Would maybe be even worth going and getting trinium first before engaging in war, but I know you guys want some fighting, and it's been a little while since we've done some fighting, so I don't mind taking my naonite ship out, and then we can take it out for some combat, and then later on, once we get trinium, we can compare it, because we'll be significantly lighter and more maneuverable then, which is great for raiding cargo ships. You can chase them down much more quickly and avoid crashing into them as well, which is nice. But we're definitely going to sell this for a good chunk of extra cash, and we can boost our reputation, maybe with like the Olskir Corporation, based on the location of this. Should be pretty good. Go ahead and claim that. A little bit of a flyby claim. And we can sell it to the Olskir for a good chunk of change. There's also a new faction that we haven't encountered yet, the States of Goo. We're probably going to skip over them. I think they're a little slightly further inwards, but we're probably going to jump past them with that rift that we found. So I'll just go ahead and sell this for $250,000. Not too shabby at all. Alright, and we're going to calculate a jump to this distress signal as well, while we have a look around and see what else is here. It looks like this time, as it is about 50% of the times when you get a distress signal, it was a fake distress signal laid by pirates. So we've got some pirates to kill. How do these guys look? Do they look particularly tough? Nah, they don't look too tough at all. However, we are having some energy generation issues after warping for a while. We do lose energy. So we can take out some chips that are consuming energy. If we had a generator upgrade, we could use that, but actually don't really have one at the moment. I only have a recharge rate generator upgrade. We'll chuck that in, and we'll also make sure to put in an armed turrets chip, so most of our weapons will be online. We might just want to avoid them. There's a fair bit here until our generators are recharged, so then we'll have like our afterburners and everything. Usually when you jump into these distress signals, you're surrounded, so it's not a bad idea to kind of just like punch it in one direction so that you can keep them all on one side of you like we have done here. Alright, let's see who's closest. Looks like we've got a bandit here. Let's take him out. Alright, we're in need of some weaponry upgrades, but with the sheer amount of weapons we have now, looking pretty good. Got some attacking from below here. Have some auto-firing weapons I've got set to auto-fire as well. Oh yeah, we're just destroying these guys. Looks like these guys are mostly titanium. A few weapon drops there, that's good. Looks like that's a blue laser, sweet. There's another weapon drop there. With my ship being a bit bulkier now, it might be a good idea to move my viewpoint upwards a little bit. Let's go about like here maybe and see how that goes. Of course, that does change your firing angle, but that may or may not be an issue depending on where you've placed your weaponry. Yeah, we are crushing these pirates. A big step up from our last ship, that's for sure. Quite a few weapon drops. That's very good. We might want to see if we can upgrade our weaponry before we go to war. Oh, that cannon shot though. We've got one really powerful cannon. And here goes the last one. Bit of a flyby there. Those cannons we have right now are pretty juicy. Those shots are very tasty. Got a few more weapons for us, buddy? I wouldn't mind equipping a few more before we go into battle. Sweet. All right, looks like we got a few things there. I'm hoping for a generator upgrade. Nah, still no luck on that. All right, before we equip weapons, we want to make sure we have as many weapon turrets equipped as possible so we can equip as many weapons as possible. Then when you want to use them, you can just put the weapon chips back in. So put as many armed turret chips in as possible. And that gives us access to 18 armed turrets, it looks like, once those move out of the way. So we can equip all of those, and as long as the chip is in and we have enough crew to man those weapons, then they'll all fire. But if you take some chips out, some of the weapons won't fire. So that's not too bad. If you need to run other chips, you can do so. So we got a decent laser turret here. It consumes a little bit of extra energy. So it's a little bit energy hungry, where our energy is not as good as it could be at the moment. We might want to throw some more generators on pretty soon. Decent chain gun turret with very nice range. 8 kilometers range is very tasty. I'm going to be going ahead and putting that somewhere up here. And a second cannon turret. We're actually a little bit short on crew though. Definitely having some crew issues here. In order to get enough, we're going to need some more commanders here from the looks of things. I might be able to temporarily at least fill up some of these gaps, but we do need a professional actual commander, so we're going to need to get him soon. Or we're going to start losing morale. The new patch updated this screen a bit as well, which now shows your actual crew capacity, which is quite nice. Alright, looks like there's some commanders over here at the Allscare Corporation headquarters. Alright, so we're all crewed up, and we do at this point want to continue searching for yellow sectors to try and locate a smuggler's base so we can sell our ill-gotten gains. So I'm going to jump yellow sector to yellow sector while I move towards the enemies. It's actually pretty good if you can find a smuggler's base within their territory. It makes it nice and easy to drop off and sell a bunch of your cargo before just getting back into the fight. Alright, and that was pretty lucky. The second yellow sector that we checked out was actually a smuggler hideout, so that's pretty good. We might locate a better one closer maybe, but for now, that's pretty good. So now that we know where that is, that's easy to find. And you'll be able to see that it's actually a different faction because we actually have a different standing with this. The smugglers are their own faction. Each one is an individual faction. So you have your own relation with them and boost that just by trading with them basically. There is also a story quest associated here, but we're going to leave that just for now. But now that just knowing where one is for now is good enough, so I can go ahead and take out these radar upgrades. We're not going to need those anymore, and we can just jump towards the faction we're going to go attack. Which is going to be the Allscare Corporation down this way. Since we're running down our energy pretty hard whenever I warp, I'm going to spend a little bit of the extra Neonite I've gotten just amping up those generators a little bit, just increasing the size of our overall energy generation, so that'll give us a little bit more leeway. You could go for like energy storage with batteries, but I find just generating more energy to be more useful overall. So then when we jump this time, when we warp in, we shouldn't have any energy issues. As we can see, we're at 100% energy now, although it looks like we are capping out. Once that battery runs down, it will slow down our cooldown, so we're just kind of keeping... We might actually be right on the verge here. Yeah, it looks like with our cooldown active, our required energy goes up to 30 gigawatts, so we'd need a bit more generated energy if we want to completely offset that extra chunk. It's not a huge deal, but it's just nice to not have too long of cooldowns, and if you're running at lower efficiency, the cooldown does go up. You can help reduce the cooldown and the energy cost with some upgrades, as well as generator upgrades to help produce more energy as well. So like these guys have hyperspace cooldown reduction. Some of them will actually have required like energy to recharge lowered as well. So those can be good ones to get. The perfect chip is basically like a higher jump range hyperspace chip with a hyperspace cooldown reduction and a required energy reduction as well. It's pretty much what you're looking for. Alright, so we're within range of the enemy faction now. We want to explore and find a place that has high value factories and trading stations and things like that in it. There's laser compressor factory here, so this is a pretty good spot to start, but we want to look and find ones that have a high number of buildings because they're more likely to have a bunch of cargo ships, but especially ones that are high value. So there's a few trading posts here. This one's probably the best so far, but we might want to explore some more of these ones after we raid this sector a little bit. So we're going to go jump over here now. Okay, so now that we're in the faction, looks like there is a faction war going on here. Actually, between the I Alliance and the Cuckoo. So we'll make some new friends here. That's actually very good timing for us. I don't mind, because we were going to fight these guys anyway. And in doing so, we'll make friends with these guys. So let's go ahead and quickly get rid of these. add in another turret chip there. We got a unarmed turrets 3. No, we want the all turrets 2, I think. We got armed turrets 2. This might require a little less energy. Let's go ahead and use that. Armed turrets 2. Looks like there's another faction, yeah, attacking warning there. And I will go ahead and use one of my very nice shield generators. These ones here with the depletion recovery is very nice, so we'll go ahead and use that. And then let's get into battle, shall we? Let's go help these guys out. We're not really looking to fight frigates once we actually begin raiding, but since there is a faction battle going on here, we will take this opportunity to make some friends. So it's pretty much as soon as we attack these guys and cause any real damage, they're going to be like, ZiggyD is attacking us to the entire fleet, and our faction just drops to nothingness. And then the other faction will be like, love you guys, we thank you for your help. So now we have some straight up enemies, abhorrent relations with these guys, and the other guys will admire us as well. So instantaneous, super happy relations. The good thing is about a faction being at war is if you kill civilian vessels belonging to the enemy faction, the other faction doesn't mind that. It says whenever you kill a civilian faction that everyone thinks less of you for doing so. You lose reputation normally by any witnessing factions, but when they're at war, it doesn't seem to be an issue. So that's good stuff for raiding this faction here. These guys won't care if we begin raiding these dudes. Sick music kicks in. Go ahead and strafe around this guy. We're right in the thick of things, which is maybe not ideal, but I want to pick up these drops as well. Our friendly ships will pick up the drops if they get too close to them, so we want to get opportunity to get them ourselves. Looks like this guy's under attack by this rather large frigate here. Let's go ahead and help him out. He doesn't have any shields, at least. Oh, might crash into him a little bit. It's a stupid stick ship. I hate these stick ships, man. We're taking some shots, but with the amount of shields we have now and the shield chip that we just put in, we're able to just sustain a lot of this damage quite easily. We've still got some firepower on him, though. There's a blue system over there, which I want to get. Don't take that. That's mine. Ooh, and a yellow gun. Gimme. Exceptional. Looks like that's an exceptional cannon. And a blue generator chip. Nice. Hopefully that's not recharge rate. Hopefully that's actually energy generation. That could be a very good find if so. Bit of a battle here. Damn. These guys are taking some fire, but we're going to help swing this battle in our favor. And then these guys will distract them while we're able to focus on cargo ships, which would be great. Because if our friendly faction, this is their this is the coup territory, so they're going to keep trying to defend it, while our friendly ships will remain and keep fighting basically until they're all dead. They're not smart. They don't retreat. They just keep going. Give me that blue chip. I want it. We seem to be having some issues at the moment. How's are we all good on energy? Yeah, we're all good on energy. Our shields are getting a little low though, so we might want to back off. Okay, let's move over here. Out of the middle of things at least. Help these guys. We might want to swap over to raiding now. Let the frigates duke it out. We get weapon drops from killing frigates, but we want the real stuff, the real pirate profits, which is raiding cargo vessels and traders for actual cargo. That's why we put those cargo bays on our ship. Yeah, it looks like there's too many reinforcements by the cuckoo here, so I don't think our friends will last much longer. It's a pretty heated territory. For our raiding purposes, maybe it won't be so good. I'll have to see how we can go. I'll take this guy out. There he goes. Look at all the drops floating around there. There's actually, I see a purple over there. We're gonna want to go get that. Let's boost in this direction. Oh, we're going too far to the left. We're drifting. Not ideal. Not ideal. Alright, I want that though. Yes, please. What is that? Come on, come on. Where'd it go? I swear I just picked it up. Oh, what? Did I not get it? No, I don't think we got it. Damn it. I don't know if someone else snagged it beforehand. I swear it was coming to me. I don't know if it disappeared before I could pick it up. Damn. Unlucky. I've seen that happen a couple times. Holy moly, this battle though. Alright, shields are starting to get a little low. We're gonna go take on some cargo ships. There's a freighter over here. Now we're gonna try and target the rear of these vessels. We'll take out their engines. They'll usually drop stuff like that as you do it. And we don't want to destroy their cargo bays just yet. So we take them out like that. And if we actually get close enough, we can see what cargo they're hauling. By default, that's like 500 meters, I think. So 0.5. Yeah, so this guy's carrying ammunition. Ammunition's not super high value, but we could still blow him up and take a bit, because we don't have any cargo at the moment, so we might as well. Looks like it's just straight up standard ammunition. Not too bad as well. Not too bad. We can definitely go ahead and go to our cargo bay and pick up stolen goods, because we do know where we can sell that, so I don't mind picking up anything stolen. Anything flagged as stolen is fine. Alright, so there's our first little bit of loot. Let's blow up this guy as well. And we're going to want to get out of the thick of this fight. There's a couple cargo vessels I can see if I can get here. And are you carrying anything? Nah, it doesn't look like he's carrying anything. Alright, we can go ahead and leave him then. Now what you can actually do is once you start raiding cargo vessels, and the way we want to do this is basically keep an eye out for them. They're usually pretty distinctive, any salesmen's or cargo vessels. And you just want to avoid the enemy frigates because they take a lot longer to kill, whereas the cargo vessels are nearly defenseless. There's a salesman over there. And what we can do is replace one of our chips with a scanning chip. This one here, scanner range. And that actually means we don't have to get anywhere near as close to see what cargo they're holding. So there's a loader here. We can see if he is carrying anything from a fair bit further out. Well, it's certainly not going to destroy them anyway, but it means you won't waste your time trying to, like, destroy their wreckage, trying to find if they have any cargo. Whoa, that was a little close. Looks like he's carrying books. I don't think I've ever gotten books before. I don't know if books are going to be worth anything. I can barely hear his rear there. We're so heavy with all this naonite hull. Wish I had more titanium to build out of. Our ship would have been a fair bit lighter, but we'll get trinium soon. You can see the A Alliance, even though we just killed a civilian ship, the A Alliance loves that. They're all about that. Since they're their enemy, they're like, yeah, this is good. You know, you're hurting their economy. That's good by me. Now you can certainly destroy factories and trading outposts and mines and things like that, but they are very, very tanky. So they take a very long time to kill. Unless you warp outwards towards the earlier parts of the galaxy. If you want to do a bit of traveling, the factories out there are typically a lot less tanky and don't have shields, so you can destroy them a lot faster, and you can still get high value cargo doing that. So that's not a bad way to go, but it's pretty easy and quick to just kind of run down these cargo freighters here and just kind of jumping between them. As long as you're faster than the enemy frigates, you can usually get the cargo, and then move on before they can really even do anything to you. We don't even need to run a shield ship because we're not going to be really engaging with them too much here. Bump! Ramming speed! Totally intentional, trust me. And since we're trying to specifically gun down cargo ships, I'm actually going to turn off auto-aiming, and we're going to manually fire as much as possible, so that we can just aim and take out the rears of these vessels. And there we go. Looks like this guy's carrying plasma cells, a lot of them, so we're going to destroy just as much of these cargo area as we can in here, until a fair decent amount of them pop out. You can select the wreckages, and if it still says plasma cells, that means there'll be more in there. Destroy these sectors. Looks like there's no more in there, so we'll just kind of scoot through here and pick up as much as we can. 14,000 plasma cells. I don't think they're worth very much though, but that's a lot. They're worth 174 each, but they don't take up much space, which is good. So the reason why we're aiming for their engines and not their cargo bays is if you destroy their cargo bays, I'm pretty sure it reduces their cargo carrying capacity, and then they'll start dropping their cargo, and that will be flagged as stolen, and stolen is worth less. You sell it for either 25% of its value, or you unbrand it and then sell it for its regular value, but the unbranding does have a fee associated with it. So we want to avoid getting too much of it being flagged as stolen. The more that's not stolen, the more money we're going to make when we go to sell it, so that's why we're trying to destroy the rear of the vessel so that we can then get as much untainted cargo as possible. Because once they're dead, they don't count as stolen. It's a little weird, but that is the way it currently functions. I don't know if they're eventually going to change the way that works and all of this will be counted as stolen, but I don't mind too much. So no stolen goods on this guy. I don't mind just kind of like pummeling the wreckage a little bit. Just, you know, for any drops that might pop out. This area is way more heated and hectic than I would normally raid because of this just ongoing battle here. It means it's a little harder to find cargo freighters, but typically they're going to be running between different factories or moving out from the factories to jump gates and things like that. Are there any jump gates in this sector? Yeah, there are. The best sectors to raid are actually, I've found, are actually pure jump gate sectors that enemy factions travel through. Those I've found to be the best. There's a cargo hall over here. We'll go hit this guy. So there's quite a bit of a fight going on. Some Zotan warped in to join the battle as well. What a crazy sector. Are you carrying anything? Doesn't look like this guy's carrying anything though. So we could just go ahead and skip him since he's not carrying anything. Pretty sure. Yeah, no, we got that chip in and he's not carrying anything. He's got a pretty juicy behind of Neonite there though. I'll go ahead and kill him. Some of the haulers are usually they look quite big, like these guys are really tanky. So if they don't have any cargo on them, it can be worth just skipping them and going for the next cargo hauler. It actually does have some cargo on them. But I'll blow this guy up anyway. We're a little close, not all our weapons are quite in firing range. Looks like some of the angles are a little off once we get really close. There we go, that's better. We can just target any part of this ship since he's currently empty. I'm guessing he just dumped off his cargo. In this case, leaving this guy's rear section intact means we can go ahead and salvage these guys a little easier. I do need to make sure I hotkey everything up. There we go. Now we can go ahead and salvage these engines and generators here. This guy's got a lot of neonite on him, 17,000 neonite from some of these generators here. That's not gonna hurt to grab a bit of that. It's pretty tasty. Yeah, not too bad. That's a decent amount of it. Apparently there's still a lot. Yeah, I see some more generators in there. If we go up, we can probably get an angle on that generator there. Yeah, I'll take that, thank you. Tasty neonite. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and jump to one of these other sectors here. And we'll see if we can find some better pickings. The stuff in here was okay, we did alright. We've got some ammunition, which is worth a bit. Some stolen books, which aren't worth too much. But some light guys there as well. We're getting attacked by a Zotan. Oi, that will not stand. Okay, this sector is a questionable one to raid in because there's a bit of a mix in here. We do have some cuckoo factories and stuff here. But there's also another faction that we currently haven't met before, Xynawat. And if we kill civilian vessels in front of these guys, they will not like us. So unless we want to make some more enemies, it might be a good idea to just move to another sector. Plus, I don't know how much there really is here. There is a Alliance trading post here, which is being defended and attacked currently by Cuckoo, so we could maybe go help them out at least. Might be a nice thing to do, though this trading post is probably eventually going to die. Yeah, I think I've just decided I will go ahead and get out of here. It's not a very profitable sector for me to be in. Jump to a sector that has 2 trading posts, I think, so... And it looks like we have free reign in here too. So there's a frigate over there. We want to avoid the frigates. They're just going to waste our time. There's another frigate. Let's see if we can find a cargo vessel. Is that one right there? Alright, that's another frigate. So there's a bunch of frigates here. There should be some cargo vessels around too. Hello, cargo vessels, frigates. Man, this place is just military. Where's all the cargo vessels? Let's have a quick look before they notice I'm here and see if we can't find any cargo vessels. Frigate. Alright, there's a cargo hauler out there. But there's not many. We might just hit this guy and go find another sector then. Might as well calculate my next jump while I'm here. This guy's a bit of a tankier one. Does he have anything? He's got plastic. Plastic's not exceptionally high value. Looks like we can take him out somewhat quickly, actually. Alright, we'll go ahead and take him out, but this is not a super high value haul here. We can just fill up our cargo bays, and then we can later just dump any cargo that's not very high value. So stuff like plastic we can dump in to make space for better value cargo if we want. Or we can pick it up for now. Certainly not gonna hurt. And there's a few other drops to be had off of these guys as well. Alright, looks like I've caught the attention of one of the frigates, so we'll just kill this guy as quickly as we can, grab some cargo, and then get out of here. Typically what you want to do is you just want to do this, grab as much cargo as you can. Got some plastic here. Is there any plastic in there? There's a little bit of plastic in this section, it looks like. There we go. We're taking a lot of fire from these frigates. We have enough shields to withstand long enough to grab some of this cargo. And then what we would do is just find another cargo hauler and rush over there. But since this sector's pretty empty, I'll go ahead and jump. It's like we got about 200 something plastic. 137 each, half a volume per. Yeah, not super high value. Okay, this sector is almost empty. In fact, there's only Zotan in this sector, apparently, so... This is probably not going to be a super high value one to go around and raid, so I think we can probably jump to the next one. I think we'll jump over here. I'm looking for one of those gateway sectors that's pretty much just all gateways. Looks like the Zotan have been attacking this trading post, though. We could go see what this trading post has and see if it's worth, like, trying to push down a trading post, but it'll take a long time. If we fire on it as well, the Zotan will start attacking us. For now, they're just going to destroy the trading post. Trading posts can be extremely high value to destroy, because you will get cargo out of them, and you can get some really high value cargo. Let's move into close range here and just see. I mean, they're slowly taking it down, if we wanted to wait. Gems, energy cells, and leather. Gems are pretty good because they don't take up any volume at all, really. Energy cells and leather are not so good, though. I don't know if that'd really be worth waiting for. Yeah, we could always come back later. That's probably not worth destroying that. It's going to take a long time. As you can see, it's shields, 170k shields. They're going down reasonably fast, but it does have 1.37 million hull. And I'd say our weapons are probably not strong enough to destroy that in any reasonable time at the moment. So we'll go ahead and get out of here. Alright, this looks, not amazing. There's a few mines here, but these are kind of low-tier resources. Copper, you know, just copper and solar power. So there'll be like energy cells and some metals in here. And ice mines are water. So the cargo we're going to get in here is likely not super high value. So we might go ahead and jump to the next one. We're just going to explore their territory, looking for nice high-value areas to raid. While we're waiting for our cooldown, we could hit a cargo hauler if we can see one. Well, I'm not seeing any at the moment. There's some frigates. Frigates typically patrol between gates. There's a cargo hauler there that's pretty close. We'll go hit up these guys. It's not gonna hurt. See what he's carrying at least. Looks like he's not carrying anything. Yeah, I don't think he's actually carrying anything. He's empty. Nah, screw that. Let's go find some more money. I've drawn the attention of a frigate already. Is there any salesmen in here? Salesmen can be good. Their cargo is a little more erratic. But they can be... I've gotten some pretty nice stuff from salesmen, like satellites and stuff before. There's a loader. What is actually in this? A trading post? So trading post is a bit of a catch-all. You don't really know what you're going to get in an area that has trading posts. So it's worth checking this guy out. There's not too much in the way of frigate protection here either, so... This is pretty easy pickings. So this guy's going to go down pretty quickly. I don't know if he has any cargo on him. Yeah, he's dropping some cargo. We'll finish him off and see what that is. Looks like it's solar cells, which I don't think are worth very much. Let's have a quick look. Solar cells, ooh, and they take a lot of volume as well, so... I'll grab a few, but we're probably going to end up dumping that cargo. In fact, we can dump the stolen stuff first, because it's much lower value. It's so satisfying destroying ships though and having all the cargo pop out, right? That's like one of my favorite things in this game. It's just like raiding this stuff is so good. That's a lot of solar cells. I'm gonna dump the stolen ones to save on space. We'll see if there's any other cargo vessels in here. Frigate's slowly chasing after us, but we're quicker than him. Cargo hauler? That's a salesman. I'm gonna see if we can get him. The salesman will sometimes warp out when you go to attack them, so it could be a little sketchy. You can actually like demand them to give you all their cargo, but every time I do that, they just warp away, so I don't know if you guys will have more luck with that, but yeah. I find destroying them to be an adequate way to get their cargo. Let's see what this guy has on him. He's actually got a little bit of firepower to defend himself, but nothing we're too worried about. Blow out his engines. He's got a lot of engines. We're trying to focus on like his engines and generators and stuff like that. Trying not to destroy his cargo bays as much as possible, though. It's like we're probably not going to have much choice in the matter now. If he's got anything, it might pop out here. Looks like we got some ammunition off him, so he's starting to drop some of his cargo here. He's pretty much stranded at this point. Does he only have ammunition? Yeah. Alright, there he goes. Yeah, it looks like he's got large ammunition. Well, we can destroy him and get the non-stolen flagged ones then. Go ahead and take him out. Ooh, that's a lot of ammunition. It's so tasty. I love raiding. Alright, that looks like that's all the ammunition that he had. Are we out of space? We are out of space. The ammunition takes a lot of space. I'll go ahead and get rid of the stolen ones. And just pick up the regular ones. Any more cargo haulers or salesmen we want to hit up in here? There's that one over there. That's a freighter. There's a frigate there. What are we looking for over here? Who's that? Cargo transport. Alright, he's pretty far away on the other side of an asteroid field, so we can leave these frigates behind. And they won't catch us by the time we kill this guy. Too slow. Alright, here we go. We'll be closing in distance pretty soon. Let's take him out. Am I getting a little closer just to like have some more accurate shots on the engines? There we go. That's better. He might be empty. No, he's dropping cargo. Let's see what he's got. Energy tubes? I don't think they're worth a lot either. I'll tell you what though, you'll get a lot of cargo that's not very high value, and you'll just make a bit of money off that. Like, it's pretty good money. But then very occasionally you'll hit like a hauler or a trader or a salesman or something that just has like satellites or some like high-tech thing, war robots or something like that, and you'll just be rolling in the money. From that one haul you'll make like many millions of credits. So it can be pretty insane. We're going to dump some of our heavy stuff that's less value here. So we got the solar cells are really bad. We'll go get rid of that. And the large ammunition's really bad as well. The energy tubes are a little bit better, so we will go ahead and grab these. Is there any more on him? Yeah, he's got a bit more in here. Pop, pop, pop. The scanning really helps just to see if there's any more in there. So all of that has popped out now. As though there's some in this end bit still. So I'm going to go ahead and attack that until some pops out. And looks like that's pretty much it. So that's a lot, but we're pretty full. Plastic's worth like very little. I'll go ahead and get rid of that. And I might get rid of like stolen ammunition. There's only a few there and it's taking up a bit of space. And we'll get rid of the stolen energy tubes and just keep the non-stolen ones. We should have a fair bit there. Get rid of some stolen. Get rid of some stolen plastic. Just kind of like free up our cargo space there. If you find something really high value and you really want to pick it up, then you can add more cargo space to your ship. By the way, I just realized I forgot to buy insurance. Okay, I'm going to set up automatic payments, but we need to be aware that our ship is currently uninsured. I mean, I'm not too worried unless I crash. These guys aren't too likely to kill me, but still, that's good to know. I might actually take their warp gate here, the northwest warp gate, because that takes me towards where I need to go sell anyway. Southwest, east, southeast, northwest gate, there we go. Is that a cargo vessel on the way? There's a freighter right there. I don't mind hitting him, see what he has. We'll at least kind of zoom past and see if he's got anything valuable on him. Can always create some space with some of that low value stuff. What do you got on you? Anything we want? Plastic? Nah. You live this time. Lucky freighter. Yeah, don't forget insurance, guys. Actually, while we're at it, on a similar sort of topic, another useful block that I haven't actually shown is flight recorders. Where are they? Rotation, flight recorder. There we go. You can do this in any, we'll just do it in titanium. And it only needs to be minuscule, so you can make this as small as you like. We can even go down to scale step and make this super tiny. You need this somewhere on your ship, somewhere where it's not going to get destroyed, so we can just like hide it somewhere. Let's put it like, let's put it up here. There we go. Now that we have that, if our ship gets destroyed, and as long as that flight recorder is intact, it'll actually mark the location of our ship on the map. So when you want to get back to it to salvage your equipment, that will help you find it. So that's a fun little tip, but it's a good idea to have one of those once you get a little further in. And insurance. Don't forget insurance. Whoops. I did forget insurance. We definitely want that. Being out all the credit value of this ship would be a little rough at this point. With the 1-point-something million we'd get from insurance payout, we'd be able to get back on our feet pretty quickly. But without, yeah. This looks like a pretty good zone. We've got equipment docks, we've got military outposts, which can have some very high value stuff. So this is an excellent sector to raid. We might want to jump and sell our current stuff, just empty our cargo bays a bit. So I'm going to go ahead and chuck in 2 jump drives. And looks like I can just reach that. That's perfect. Oh man, that's like perfect, because these are within range of each other for me to just jump back and forth to sell. So I'm going to go clear up my cargo bays, and then we'll come back and see if we can't get anything really valuable in here. If we're lucky, we'll get something leaving the military bay or heading to the military bay with like war robots or something like that. You can at least get like guns and things, can be pretty good value too. What else is in this sector? Shipyard, casinos can have some stuff on them. Nanobots. I think you can get some valuable stuff from nanobots. Anywho, let's go ahead and sell. We're looking for... Are we in the right sector? Oh no, we're not in the right sector. This is a different faction. Where was my... Oh, the smuggler hideout's up here. Never mind. I got confused because it was yellow. Alright, these are guys that we have poor relations with. Alright, so we do have to do a couple jumps to get there then. We could search for other yellow mass sectors closer, but I'll go ahead and make the jumps and then we'll come back. I got a little confused there. I mean, it looks the same. It was yellow. This one, I swear this one was yellow before, and and it's only one building in there. I thought that was it. Oh well. It's just a good idea while carrying stolen cargo to avoid any like friendly territories, because they will still flag you and attempt to fine you and confiscate stolen cargo, even if it's from their enemies. So it's a little silly, but you want to avoid their sectors if possible, at least until you get rid of all your stolen cargo. And you at least, if you do go into the sectors, just stay at least like 8 to 10 kilometers away from any of their like frigates or cruisers or corvettes or anything. All right, so the smugglers is here. And we can just flag that with a note so it shows up a bit easier. Okay, and then we're going to jump over there and go sell our stuff. See how much money we get from this first haul. Nothing super high value in here, but this will be a bit of credits. Not too bad. Maybe we can use those credits to get a few upgrades in our ship with some of the nanite we've gotten. Okay, so here we are at the Smugglers Base. There'll just be one building in here and it'll actually be the Smuggler Base. We honestly didn't need to come here to sell stuff for now, but I did at least want to show this to you guys. So if you go down to sell stolen goods here, you have 2 options. You can unbrand them, or you can actually just straight up sell them. So you can see the unbranding price here is 160 credits per unit. If we sell the stolen books, we get 80 credits per unit, right? The actual price, like the regular market price, we can see in our cargo bay here. So we have books, which are average credit 319, right? So if we spend the 160 to unbrand them, they become non-stolen books, just regular books. And then we can sell those at full market value, plus or minus whatever the particular station we're selling it to is offering. So if you come across a station that's selling buying books for 400 credits, then you're going to make a fair bit of money after unbranding them. However, I think it's only really worth doing with particularly high value cargo, or any cargo you want to hold on to later build turrets with, for example. Stuff like this though, we can just offload just for the bare minimum price. So it's not going to be really worth us unbranding these guys, because they're not really worth carrying around for a long time. They're not super high value. So we'll just go ahead and sell all of this stuff here. And there we go, there's a little bit of credits. However, the other non-stolen stuff, you're probably not really going to be able to sell much of that here. You will need to actually go to a friendly faction area, and that's why I wanted to buy a friendly faction. Try not to crash into things, like me. We could like see if these guys want to buy anything. They do want to buy plastic. That's fine. We'll sell the plastic. So you can check if they want to buy any regular goods as well. And these guys need plastic, so that's cool. But anything else that we need to get rid of, like our ammunition here and plasma cells, energy tubes, solar cells, all this other stuff, we're gonna need to actually jump to another friendly sector. So having a good nearby sector that has a lot of buildings in it, like this one here, so this is one of their home sectors, this is a great place to go and sell off the majority of our cargo. Clear out at least, hopefully all of our cargo bays, or at least most of it. So to make life easy for us, once we're in here, we just want to chuck in our trading chip and go ahead and go to sell to stations, and you can click on you here and you can see what places want to buy them. And we're actually in luck because every single thing that we have is being bought at a premium in this area. So the accelerator factory wants plasma cells and energy tubes at a premium. So very nice, very nice. We can sell 14,000 at 27% above market value. So we'll make a little bit of money there. That's not going to be too bad at all. Alright, so once you get to a friendly faction, we can go ahead and sell any unbranded stolen goods, you know, once we've removed the stolen brand from them, or anything that happens to not be stolen, and make a decent amount of money here. We're not going to get crazy money from this first haul, and you'll probably eventually find, after you do this for a bit, that you'll want to just dump most low-value cargo and just keep searching and fighting cargo freighters until you find really high-value stuff. But, I mean, there's 250,000, so that's not too bad at all. And there's another... Oh, that was a lot. The energy tubes went for a lot of money. We just made 1 million credits. That was 750,000 for the energy tubes. So we did pretty good on the energy tubes, at least. The high markup plus the decent amount of them that we had was pretty good money. So I'm happy with that. We could honestly just go ahead and dump the rest of this because this stuff's not particularly high value. We've got 62 at 3,700 credits. I mean, I guess it's probably worth going and selling the ammunition, especially because I think we can sell them both at the same place. Yeah, the military outpost wants both of those, and they should be able to buy all of them, so... It's 109 kilometers away, though. Oh well. I'll go sell the ammunition. Alright, so we've already made over 1 million credits on our first run. I'm pretty happy with that. Go ahead and sell the ammunition we've gotten here. There's another 250,000. And do we sell that as well? Let's go a little bit more there. 260,000 total for the ammunition. The solar cells are not really going to be worth selling, I don't think. Unless, like, the place that wants them is really close or something, I guess. Solar cells, shipyard is how far away? 93 kilometers away. This sector's so massive. Repair dock is... Yeah, you know what. I'm not going to worry about that. Alright, let's go ahead and jump back and head back into war. Yeah. Let's go get some more high-value cargo. That's what we want. Alright, a few jumps later, and we're back out to the Empyreal Nebula Gamma, which is our money zone. Let's see what we got here. Okay, we're going to be ignoring the frigates. We have a frigate pretty close, so they're probably going to jump onto us pretty soon. We're just looking for those cargo vessels, though. Scrap metal traders producing stuff that we don't care about. Frigates. Where's the cargo haulers? There we go. That's who we're looking for. Let's go. I've been changing a little bit of the stuff, like the hull, over on my ship to titanium because it's slightly lighter. Just wanted to improve our combat maneuverability. It's just a stopgap until we get trinium. A9's a little bit heavy and sluggish for my liking. It's great for system internals, but yeah, for the hull and stuff, it's more durable, but we have good enough shields that we don't need to worry about that. You carrying anything? This guy's got a lot of firepower defending himself. Wow. We haven't been able to get close enough yet to see if he's carrying anything. Let's take him out anyway. Looks like he's a particularly bit of a combat freighter here, a bit of a combat hauler. Actually got some weapons there. It's like some plasma guns right there. Go ahead and take out his rear section here. Explosive charges. Huh, they actually might be worth some money. This could be decent. Yeah, he's carrying all explosive charges. Well, let's see what we can get for that. He's got no engines left, so he can't move anywhere. He can't run from us anymore. Sorry, buddy. I'll reverse into range a bit better. There we go. There we go. Has he not got any more on him? Oh, whoa. Okay, looks like all of it came out anyway. Alright. Looks like... Oh, that's a lot of explosive charges. Those are useful for creating turrets, too. Those are pretty handy. I think you use those for, like... cannons and things like that, maybe rail guns, maybe missile launchers, not exactly sure, but a few things like that, so that's pretty good. Let's just get out of range of these guys because they are starting to take our shields down. What are they worth? Not too bad. 659 at 1.5k each. They do take a bit of volume, and we are full now. I'm gonna dump these solar cells. We might want to strap a cargo bay if we find something else of high value, but that's a pretty good haul already right off the bat. There's another freighter over there. Let's start heading our direction. Just be careful of our drift, that we're not going anywhere we don't want to go. And we just want to look at that blue marker there just to see that we're not actually going to crash into the freighter. Is that a salesman? I'm gonna go for the salesman first. So he doesn't get away, because he might well warp out. Well, we can afford our insurance now. Come on, Mr. Salesman. Don't go anywhere, just stay right where you are. Is he carrying explosive charges as well? We just got some extra explosive charges for some reason. He's carrying something. I don't know what. Turbines. Okay. Has he got anything else on him? Or was that it? He was only a tiny little dude. He only had a couple things. Turbines are super high volume. They're good value, but they're super high volume. So yeah, we'll keep them for now, but we'll need to dump them soon, I think. Okay, so there was a cargo hauler right there, freighter. A little tiny freighter here. Let's go down nice and quick. Take a couple pot shots at him here. He's got some shields, but they're down in no time at all. A couple of volleys will take out his engines. Electromagnetic charges. That's another useful item for creating, I think they might be used in railguns? Not sure. They ring a bell. You got any more on you? Yeah, you got a few more on you. That's a lot of electromagnetic charges. We are getting a pretty good haul here. This is going quite nicely. A little bit more in there, apparently. Alright, there might be something else left in there, but that's good enough. How much are they worth? Oh, they're good. That's a good one. 163, 13,000 with only one volume each. That's a good one. That's a very good haul. We still have a bit of space, too. Damn, super nice. It's a frigate. There's a couple of frigates there. Yep. We've attracted the attention of the local law enforcement, as you would expect. There's a freighter docked right there. You can see they actually implemented docking beams now, so stations will docking beam freighters so that they don't crash into them. You may have, I think even in a previous episode, some freighters crashed into a station that I was sitting next to. It would happen all the time, and if you made your own stations, you would actually lose reputation whenever they did it. So they added docking beams, like little tractor beams. Very cool. This guy might have already offloaded his cargo, but he's got some drops anyway, so that's pretty good. Yeah, looks like he didn't have anything on him, but he dropped a couple blues. There's a quad bolter turret, and looks like another bolter turret, chain gun, and a laser or a, what's that one down the bottom? Plasma turret? Damn! They're getting a little angry at us, but we're getting all the things we need. Not too worried at all. Okay, there's another loader. So as you can see, this is kind of the thing that you do, right? This is the rhythm you get into. Just jumping loader to loader. Cargo hauler to cargo hauler. Taking all their stuff and just getting out of there before the frigates can really do too much damage to you. And it's, as long as you don't like crash into anything, it's a surprisingly safe way to make money. Even though you're like literally kind of raiding another faction. As long as you're fast enough and don't stay in one area too long, you can get out of, get out of danger quickly enough and get what you need to get before any real problems. Ooh, processors. Processors are good too. 0.1 volume, 8,000 per 0.1 volume, so you can multiply 8 by 10 basically. 80,000 per volume. That's very good. Looks like he's got a few more in here. It's odd that they're not in here, but they're in here. You can see processors down in the bottom right there. I will take all those processors, thank you very much. Is that all you got? That's a lot of processors. 480 processors, jeez. This might be time for us to go back and sell in a moment, I think. We'll scoop up all these processors that we can get. I'll even take the stolen ones and maybe I'll unbrand them, because then I can sell all the processors in one go. They'll probably be worth unbranding. Gain 243 processes, what the hell? So many. All right, I think we're full now. The stolen turbine, we can make room for some more processes. There we go, 33 processes, 65 processes. All right, and the fuzz is on us. Let's plot a warp. Get out of here. I don't think I actually had all my weapons active. Didn't even really need them. Yeah, I had 2 warp drives in, but we were still killing the cargo haulers fast enough. So not a real worry. That is some very good money. As you can see, there's this red bar up here indicates that we're currently hyperspace drive blocked. So that means a headhunter and a hyperspace blocker is chasing us. You can just like punch it until you get out of range, or you can destroy the hyperspace blocker. Once you become an enemy of a faction, they will start sending headhunters after you. But I've only really seen them kind of like in and around their faction areas, so it doesn't seem to be too much of a problem. And we're out of range now, so you can usually just punch it and run if you need to. So pretty good. Pretty good. We'll jump in here, check out this sector, and stop by the smugglers hideout before heading back to the prime location there and selling all our goods. Oh, we're gonna make some serious money this haul. We made over $1 million last haul. We should have like full insurance now. Yeah, we're pretty much fully insured. So it's all profits from here on out. It's all juicy profits. We'll have several million at the end of this easily. Looks like one of those chips that dropped, I remember seeing this one actually, was a generator upgrade. I really needed one of those, so pretty happy about that. I'll go ahead and whack that in while we're traveling around, because it'll help offset our hyperspace, our hungry hyperspace drive. Oh, that sounds like a new fun childhood board game. Hungry hyperspace drives. Alright, so we're definitely going to unbrand the processors. It's going to cost us a bit of money, but we're going to make it back. So, cost us 700,000 money, but if... 700,000 monies. But if it cost us that much, you can imagine once we sell this, how much we're going to make back. So, well worth it. In fact, I'm going to unbrand probably all of this that I can afford to do so. Can I afford to unbrand that too? Yeah, okay. I unbranded everything, so we've actually just removed the stolen tag from everything. We're now carrying 100% legitimately obtained cargo TM. Nothing suspicious to see here. Just a lot of explosive charges, turbines, electromagnetic charges, and processes that we obtained 100% legitimately. Nothing to worry about. So we'll have no problems jumping back into friendly territory now and offloading our legally gotten goods. I can't wait. We're gonna make some serious money just based on the fact how much that cost for us to unbrand that amount. And we had many times that unstolen, so... Yes. Obviously our margins on that will be a little less, but, I mean... It didn't cost us anything to get any of this, so just time, which is very tasty. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and put in our trading chip. And let's see how much of this we can sell here. We can sell the processes to the repair dock for a 15% markup. We could look for a better markup because we have so much of it and so high value, but I'm greedy and I want the money. So let's go ahead and do that now. These guys are right here, 17 kilometers away. Love it. We are going to make some serious money. I actually wonder if they can buy all of our processes. Yeah, no, they can buy all our processes, and they have none at the moment, so their price shouldn't even change. So they're hungry for some processes, and we got the processes they need. So let's get some money, shall we? Oh, that was a very profitable haul. That's not even like the highest value cargo you could find, but processes are a money cargo. They're a seriously good one, just because of that extremely low volume, and you typically find ships carrying a lot of them too, so we got heaps of that. Like, how many do we have to sell here? We have 979. What do you reckon? I reckon like 5 million at least, probably more. 7.6 million credits. 7.6 million credits. That was from one cargo hauler. So I think I've done a decent enough job of demonstrating the money to be made doing this. And it's a lot of fun, and I find it very exciting because it's got that kind of like randomness, but also like a little bit of strategy in terms of which zones you pick. You know, you choose your zones intelligently based on what sort of cargo they're likely to have. And then there's that a bit of that randomness, and Oh, it's so exciting to when you finally hit a cargo hauler that's carrying just some really, really tasty cargo. I mean, we just made like 7.6 million, but we're gonna make even more off these explosive charges. We have 718 explosive charges. So there's another million something easy here. These guys are buying at a markup as well. Military base wants a bunch of explosive charges, and I am more than happy to oblige. We're helping the war effort, if you think about it. Quite in multiple ways, it seems. In multiple ways. Can I just get into docking range? I want to sell this last cargo. Okay, come on. Oh, explosive charges. All right. 718. 1.1 million. And... oh, what? That was so much money for the electromagnetic charge. Another 4 million total. So we got like 3 million off that. 12 million credits we're up to now. Is that empty? We also have some turbines. We have 3 turbines, which is not very much at all. So the turbines we can just hold on to until we feel like getting rid of them. Looks like the research and accelerator factories do actually want these, so I could sell some turbines here as well. I'll probably do that off video. You guys get the picture though, right? 12 million credits, easy money. We will do that probably several times in different locations. We could keep farming here and just get billions of credits if we want to, but we want to head inwards and get some trinium, because it's going to be a lot more fun once our ship gets lighter. And once we get trinium, we can also get some fighters. It is the Path of Exile expansion launch tomorrow, so it's probably going to be a little while before I return to making some Avorion videos, because I'm going to be 100% absorbed in the PoE action. But I hope you guys have been enjoying the Avorion Survival Guide. Let me know if you have, and if you want to see more, I will return to it after a bit of a hiatus for some Path of Exile. But this is a pretty cool note to leave on, showing you guys how to make some sweet, sweet money. That's some good credits. I hope you guys get even more than I did. Anyway, guys, that is going to be it for now. I am ZiggyD, and thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you guys later.